Hey, what's up guys, Riv here. So welcome back to another edition of Community Notes, Violating People. This is a monthly segment on the channel you guys really seem to enjoy. It's very simple for those who are new to it. The Community Notes system is a communal fact check system on Twitter where qualified users can leave a note underneath tweets, often providing additional context. And if that note gets enough upvotes from the community, it is publicly applied to the tweet, often dispelling misinformation and making people look really stupid as a result. So let's jump right into the first note for today. It involves this tweet and the accompanying data. So from Stream Hatchet, you have this caption saying the top 10 female streamers during August by average viewers across all platforms. And you see some familiar faces like Emiru, Pokimane, Valkyrie, all that stuff. But if you've ever followed this sort of information involving streamers on YouTube or Twitch, you definitely notice something that is missing. And that is VTubers, and that is reflected in the note underneath this tweet saying this list excludes female streamers who are VTubers, and then it lists 5 different HoloLive specific VTubers who would all top that chart. They would all outrank Emiru, who is on the top of that female streamer list. In fact, if you go to the source here, it's from the same account, and this is the top 10 VTubers in the month of August, and you can see their numbers would pretty much knock all of those other female streamers right out of the top 10. Like, it's that much of a disparity in the numbers. And again, it leads to a weird result where it's like, is this intentional? Like, do they not consider VTubers to be in the same realm as these female streamers? Or are they trying to imply that these VTubers are not females? It's a very weird set of results, but that is the note that was applied, correcting the misinformation there. But before we get into the next note, let's hear from today's sponsor. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the Giga Chads at Factor have returned to sponsor this video. Get 50% off your first Factor box and 20% off your next month of orders using my link. Click the link in the description or scan the QR code with your phone. Now, what is Factor? It is a trusted pre-made meal delivery service featuring a large selection of high-quality meal options for you to enjoy without the hassle of cooking or even shopping at the grocery store. Ready to eat in just 2 minutes, Factor will save you precious time and energy that can be used for more important things like Anime Girls and the latest Rev upload. If you're familiar with this channel, you know I only promote services I stand by. I'm not just a partner with Factor, but also a loyal customer. Me and my wife order Factor weekly and will continue to for many years to come. I also love Factor because they offer not only delicious meals, but also high protein and diet conscious meal options for people like me who want to maximize their gains at the gym. So if you're interested in trying out Factor, make sure to use the link in the description or scan the QR code with your phone. Welcome back, guys. So now I want to give an update to an article I covered in a video from a few weeks ago. It's about Black Myth Wukong and the hype surrounding it on release. And in that hype, a lot of games journalists were doing everything in their power to downplay how successful this game was. And you can see this article. It says Black Myth Wukong drops nearly 2 million players in several hours. And this title is clickbait slop. And it will be hit with a note, as you can see, correcting a very unfair portrayal of the facts. So they're trying to mislead you into thinking that the player base completely abandoned this game after 24 hours. Well, as it turns out, it's because a lot of people went to bed. Okay, and it's no secret that China is the country with the most number of gamers, and Game Science, the development team who made Wukong, was also obviously going to promote more Chinese gamers because they're a Chinese development company. So yes, they would eventually go to bed, and also people from surrounding regions would go to bed at a similar time. So you would see this drop off. And of course, this is where the article ends. They don't show anything beyond this point where it would resurge back up even to a higher number the next day. And that's just games journalists because they're doing everything in their power to kill the hype surrounding Black Myth Wukong, because for months on end, they were speaking illy of this game. They were speaking badly about Game Science, the development team. They're trying to slander them. They're trying to review this game negatively to try to discourage people from playing it, but that all backfired, and Wukong is still maintaining insane numbers as of recording this video. But let's move on to another story in gaming, a very interesting one. I don't know if a lot of you guys know about the app Flappy Bird. This was a very short-lived app back in 2013. It was only around for about a year. And now there's this supposed comeback on Twitter where it says it's been over 10 years since I was alive back in 2014. Do you really think you were done with me? Oh no, we're just getting started. Get ready. And you can see the note here says, this is not a community project and the trademark was not bought. It was seized in court by Game Tech Holdings LLC due to Nguyen's inactivity. And it seems to be a crypto scam slash using fans' nostalgia for the game to sell NFTs. That is nasty work right there, using nostalgia to push that garbage. But there's a very interesting history with Flappy Bird. It was an app released in 2013. It soared in popularity. It was your typical brain rot, obstacle avoiding type mobile game, and it got millions and millions of users. But after a year, the creator, Nguyen, would shut down the game forever because they believed it was an addictive product. It also seems clear looking at their history that they really didn't like the attention that this game got. It wasn't meant to blow up and be used by millions. It was supposed to be a small, trinket, basically, to use to burn a few brain cells. It wasn't meant to be this viral product that everyone was using. And now you see here in 2024, this person who took up the Flappy Bird logo here is trying to use this to push NFTs and crypto scams. And honestly, it's just really, really scummy behavior. And once again, good thing we have the notes for stuff like this because people might have fallen for this in their attempt to relive some nostalgia with this game. Here's the next note saying, did y'all hear about Vladimir Putin opening the oldest vault to reveal images of biblical figures? They all black. Every single one. Man, with that sort of language at the end there, they might get a job at Sweet Baby Inc. rewriting characters, you know what I mean? But anyways, yeah, obviously an insane tweet trying to rewrite history. And the note says Putin has not opened the oldest vaults or any vaults for that matter, which I kind of find that last half a little interesting. Like, how do you know he hasn't opened any vaults at any time? How do you track that sort of information? But anyways, in all seriousness, obviously crazy disinformation here. And on top of that, with all the recent content creators and social media users being exposed as Russian assets, the amount of misinformation surrounding all of this stuff is pretty crazy. So I don't know what's going on here with some of these tweets. But let's move on to another update. I actually talked about this article about a month ago as well, where PC Gamer made this absolute, therapy session in their article saying, watch latex-clad billionaire punch out poor people in the debut gameplay trailer for Batman Arkham Shadow. And you can see the note was finally applied long after I covered this, saying Batman does not punch random poor people as the tweet suggests. He specifically attacks criminals. And that's obviously the truth. And a lot of people are trying to, demonize Batman as a character, saying that he only beats up on poor people. And really with their tweet from PC Gamer and the article attached, they're pretty much linking poverty to criminality, which is probably not the progressive take that they want, but they just look really foolish in their molding about a superhero. But here's another one saying, this person, the original tweet saying, man, stop wasting them people's time, with a reference to this episode of Paternity Court where this person says the gag that he actually turned out to not be the father, where the note says he was in fact the father. A little bit of a mischief here. Okay, so I don't know if you guys were like me back when you were a kid and you had like a snow day, or you were sick from school or something, and you got like that trashy daytime TV, the Jerry Springers, the Maury's, the Steve Wilkos. They had a lot of paternity tests and stuff like that. And it's crazy looking back at how memey all that stuff was, when literally there was lives on the line, very serious subjects, but it was just so funny because the people were so trashy and ridiculous. But Paternity Court seems a little more buttoned up, a little more serious than that stuff. But you can see here, this is the father and son who were taking the paternity test, and they turned out shockingly to be of the same blood. And you could have just looked at the facial profiles. I mean, they are literally clones of each other. But yeah, someone tried to mislead everyone with this, but was caught by the note. Here's another very interesting application of the community notes, and something I think should be used more often. So this person says, I got the community note, let's go. And they're quoting this tweet right here that simply has a piece of art. And you can see the note basically saying that this person, the artist here, Octavius, was the artist who made this piece right here, and this user was basically trying to post it without credit. And I think I understand a lot of people don't think too deeply about stuff when they're posting pictures onto Twitter. A lot of people just see ooh, cute picture of anime girl. I'm going to post that cute picture of that anime girl. And they don't really think about crediting and things. It's not malicious, but if you're in a situation like that, I think credit should be applied through the notes. And that's at the very least. But if you go as far as to ignore requests from the artists who want credit for their artwork, and you ignore that or you defy it in any way, yeah, you should definitely have a note. The person should get credit. And also, when you have a note on your tweet, you don't make ad revenue. So people can't basically leech ad revenue by reposting other people's art without any sort of heading or caption or credit provided to it. Here's another example of beautifully simple community notes. I love the very short and to the point ones where this person has a video here captioned bee versus laser. And it's simply hit with a note saying wasp. And yes, I know that's a wasp right there. Believe me, because I had one of these bastards in my home recently, and let's just say he never made it back home. Yeah, he's going to pay the price for doing that. But here's another one saying, what do cigarettes even do, with this person smoking 20 cigarettes at the same time? And the note simply says, cancer. They're not wrong. But yeah, this looks like it'd be like a meme caption like, for every cigarette you smoke, you lose X amount in your life. And then you're smoking 20 at a time, saying like me when I see the next DEI slop release game, But anyways, in all seriousness, obviously not too good for you, and very blunt answer here. Here's another one saying, with a picture of Sabrina Carpenter saying, wait, shouldn't the letters be projected on her chest be upside down and backwards? Where the note simply says, no, with a reference to a Wikipedia article about shadows. Yeah, we got to do something about the schools, man. We got to rework the schools, because this is crazy. We don't know how shadows work anymore. It's literally like they're confusing with like mirrors or something. I don't know, but this should have been very simple to understand. But thanks to the note for trying to correct this situation and educate some people on how shadows work. But here's another very bizarre pair of tweets here and notes. I'm going to lose about 75% of you. You probably have no idea what I'm talking about here. But back in like 2015, 2016, like 10 years ago, people like Lil Tay were all over YouTube. People used to talk about her because back then she was like 9 or 10 years old or something. And a lot of YouTubers made drama videos about her because she was on social media flexing big stacks of $100 bills. And obviously everyone knew it was not her money. It was her parents' money. And then there was a crazy arc where she has like basically try to completely disassociate with her parents and claim they were like these terrible, awful people. But anyways, she's also known for doing a lot of stunts for attention. And we see this tweet saying, we have devastating news regarding Tay, where the note says, Lil Tay rent due again. Don't fall for this. That's some brutal work right there. I don't know how that really got through the system, but that's what they're, I guess, claiming, that this is another publicity stunt. But speaking of that same era, here's a tweet from Whoa Vicky. Again, probably a lot of people don't remember who she is, but she used to get clowned on a lot because she has like this crazy accent. She would say some out-of-pocket stuff, but she's still around here in the year 2024, and she said this: why does Democrat have the word demon in it? And the note says, it does not. It was a valiant effort. It just a swing and a miss on that one. But at this point, with these two people we just talked about, I feel like the next tweet's going to be like a 2016 MLG parody mix or something. I don't know, but I feel like I'm time warping into a previous generation on social media. But here's the next one. This kind of reminds me of like the Bart Simpson meme where he's like writing on the chalkboard at school over and over again. That's what they're doing with this right here. This person saying over and over again, lesbians can do something involving men, whether it's intimacy or romance, and they can do those things without losing their status, and they would still be a lesbian, which obviously the note says lesbians are not attracted to men. I don't know if this is a real tweet, but it's trying really hard, and I guess another one to add to the collection today. But here's another one with a screenshot of Andrew Tate where he said, want to see cruelty? Put a female in charge, where this user quoted them saying, friendly reminder that every single war in history was started by a man. Okay, do we even need a note for this one? That's an outrageous claim, but you can see the note saying this. This is empirically false. Not only have female leaders started many wars, but also recent academic research has shown that historically states led by queens engaged in war more than states led by kings. They actually went a step further. They're going crazy with this note. But here's the last set of notes for today. You can see this Daily Mail article here saying Simone Biles flaunts her Birkins Range Rover in Texas mansion, but the $25 million Olympic gymnast has given no handouts to her penniless birth mom who works as a cashier to make ends meet. Honestly, like low-key, they're trying to make the mother seem like sympathetic, but like they kind of shame her for being poor at the same time. But then the note says, her mom abandoned her. Source, literally you with an article of theirs where they talked about this exact set of facts. And it's pretty crazy to see your own article being as a source to dispel your own misinformation. On top of that, the note, whoever wrote this was getting real sassy. They had had enough of whatever was going on here. But here's a bonus note to end this video. This was actually in the replies of that previous tweet saying, community notes is the only good thing Musk has brought to this app. And the note says community notes were first launched under former Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey in 2021 under the name of Birdwatch. The only thing Elon Musk did was that he renamed the feature to community notes. And that is true. Like, a lot of times I'll say, like, oh, this is the best feature Elon has ever made. It's not necessarily that he created it. It's that he improved what was already there. And at the time, the note system was very biased. It was definitely politically motivated. It was only applied in very rare circumstances. It definitely had an agenda because it was constantly targeting the same types of people. And as long as you didn't have wrongthink in the minds of the old Twitter regime, you would never get noted. Like, you could go up there and be like, 1 + 1 = 47, and the sun isn't real, it's fake. And the team over there would be like, our hands are tied, we can't do anything. You don't have the wrong think necessary for a note to be applied to your tweet. But anyways, that's some more backstory on that. Elon has improved the system. It's really the far and away best thing he has done. He's made a lot of mistakes, but improving the note system is definitely the best thing he has done. And it's led to a lot of great content that we enjoy in videos like this at least once a month. But for now, that's going to do it for this latest round of community notes violating people. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys next time.